Good morning, YouTube. What is up? So today is actually Friday. I didn't record all this week because I'm actually going to put this video as I think an intro on my other video, because I never sat down and talked about my plans as far as competing, etc., and all the videos that I'm basically to the point where I am caught up now with making and editing the videos. So I'm getting to that place where I'm posting videos as if we've already talked. Well, I have videos to post as if we already talked about this part. So here we go. It's nothing crazy or nothing like that, it's just y'all want the updates for the bodybuilding. I've been posting a lot of family and life and stuff like that, and the next chapter of my life is going to have both, because that's who I am. We all watch different vlogs for different reasons, but I am one of those ones, like, I watch competitors' vlogs because I want to know about them as a person/competitor. I'm interested because they are a competitor, so I want to know how the rest of their life goes in addition to competing, if that makes sense. So I sent a check-in to my coach probably about 3 weeks ago. I think this last video that I'm attaching to this is May 20th something week, and I of course was talking to my sis Shantae, because I can't remember like what happened. Oh, you know what? Again, this is not like the straw that broke the camel's back. I've been looking at my check-ins, and personally, I think that I look really good. However, I don't think that I look good for someone that is almost 6 months post-show. And what I mean by that is, one of my teammates messaged me and was like, I posted my check-ins, and then I put like a kind of a shadow over it, so you know how those things accentuate certain things. But she messaged me and she was like, dang girl, what show are you doing? I'm not worried about like anything towards her. She didn't make me feel the kind of way, but it put something in perspective. I am nowhere where I need to be to make the improvements that I want to make for the results that I need in order to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So I don't think it's anything wrong with staying close to stage weight, all season long. I don't think it's anything wrong with gaining some weight during your improvement season. I think all of those things can be necessary based off of the body that you currently have and the improvements that you need to make. The body that I currently have is not the body that needs to stay close to looking like I'm about to step on stage tomorrow. Now, all that being said, I'm never someone that's going to gain 20 to 30 pounds. I am a tiny person. I've always been a tiny person. However, I also know that if I was to start a prep right now, I would probably look worse than I did last year, not better. And who the hell wants to take an improvement season or an off season and come back looking the exact same? Like, what's the point of that? So I was just thinking, like, my first thought of when I stepped off the stage in Ben Weeder was, I'm coming back for first place. I'm coming back next year. I remember telling Tori, I was like, I'm coming back for this show next year. And he's like, bet, I'll be here next year too. So as improvement season started, I took the month of December off. I was just doing Pilates. Then I moved, and I struggled with getting back, I struggled to get back to a consistent routine. There you go. So I struggled to get back to a consistent routine with the moving and with second job. But then all in all, I'm thinking in my mind, like, but these are not things that I've never done before, right? So at first I was upset because I'm like, why the fuck is this so much harder? But the other part of it was like, well, give yourself grace. But I mean, damn, we can only give ourselves grace for so fucking long before we like, you should get your shit together. So it made me start thinking like, as an amateur, right? That's what it kind of made me think back at. So it made me start thinking about when I first started competing in bodybuilding. What was I doing? What was so different? Because I was still doing all the things. There's no point in my life where I was not doing all the things. So I contacted my very first coach. I did a bunch of research online. Y'all know that's my thing. And I found my first coach in, I think, late November. And I reached out to him and his wife, and I set up an appointment with him in December. Now in December, I had a job where I was working over 100 hours a week. Also, I was running half marathons like I had lost my mind. So when I started in December, I got my plan and I hit the ground running. That's just who I am as a person. So I was thinking back, you know, they always say never forget where you came from, you know, and how we say at work, get back to the basics. When you feel like you're falling off, get back to the basics. So, and then bodybuilding was in my life. Like, I had a very strenuous work life and also a personal life. I was doing the things, I was hanging out, I was having a great time. I am a very disciplined person. So if I have a list of things to accomplish, nothing's gonna get me off of doing those things. So yes, like I said, I got my first meal plan in December. That was my first check-in. Because I was running half marathons at the time, I was skin T. Same weight, but skin T. So as I had already decided that I wasn't going to be running many races anymore. I was going to stop doing that. But I already had some shows that I had, I already had some races that I had signed up for with some friends that I already paid for that I was going to do. Talk to coach about it. He's like, yeah, no biggie. So now as I start training, the body starts developing. He was like, well, we can put you on stage like beginning of the year. Like, you're already in shape, you know, obviously you need to build more muscle, but let's put you on stage and see if you like it. So as we started training, he saw like how hard I loved to train. As I started to develop, he was like, you know, I think we were trying to get on stage in February. Like, I started bodybuilding on the West Coast, so I'm a muscle contest baby. I grew up on muscle contests. So as things started happening, I think it was a muscle contest show that used to always be in February that I was going to do. But as things started going, and as I needed more and more food and all the things, because I was getting 20,000 steps at my job before noon, he was like, yeah, so, you know, how serious do you want to take it? And my response was, I never do anything that I'm not 100% about, that I'm not serious about. So, you know, serious, I think, is relevant. This is going to be a long video talk, so if y'all want to push past it, please push past it. Serious, I think, is relevant to the person. I can be 100% serious about something that I am giving my time and energy to, but also not be wrapped around the axle about it. Like, I still went out to dinner with my friends. Like, I brought my food. I was never embarrassed about bringing food and going to visit family. Any of those things. I never gave a shit about. So, but serious is, I pay my money for this thing. I want to be successful in this thing. So, I'm not going to half-ass it. But also, I'm still going to do my other things. Nothing's going to stop me. And I think that's why I've been so successful with also traveling while in prep, and it's not been like a big deal for me. So anyway, this is like around closer to, this is January. And so I was like, yeah, you know, like, I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm paying my money. Like, what are you talking about? Like, of course it's serious, you know. I didn't know anything about the bodybuilding world other than my friend used to do it. I used to look at her meal plans. The shit didn't seem right to me, what was going on, so she would ask me. I knew nothing about bodybuilding, but I knew about nutrition. So me in decided, he was like, well, you know, if you're really gonna give a go for this, if you're really serious about this, I think that you would do well. I hope y'all can hear me. I need to start bringing that little microphone thing. Y'all know Jeeps are so loud. These fucking Wranglers. I love this baby, but it's loud. So that's when we decided that I was going to do, I think it was San Diego Night of Champions or something like that in June. That's when we decided I was going to do that show. There's a lot of competitors on the team that was doing that show. I used to train with my coach. It used to be every Saturday we would do group training. I remember, so that was like end of January, right? So February, March went by, we were eating, we were, you know, doing the things. And he was like, you know, you don't need to do a long prep, so I'm not worried about that. Your body adjusts very well. I got a phone call in April. I was in Chicago. I flew to Chicago with my best friend because they were trying to determine, I want to say we were looking at wedding venues. On my flight home back to San Diego, I got a phone call from my coach. Like, I was landing and he called me. And actually he texted me. And he was like, hey, I want you to do a show in May. You're ready. And I'm like, WTF? What the fuck? Like, I didn't have a suit. I didn't know hair and makeup. I didn't know anything, none of that stuff to do, a wig or nothing. I knew I had to get those things eventually, but and I started doing some research. So the girl that used to do my lashes did my wig. My suit got made by my coach's wife's suit sponsor because my coach's wife was a figure Olympian. So I was like, okay, but it didn't like stress me out. Like, oh my God, I can't do a show. Like, I was just like, okay. And he told me to call, you know, his wife, and she would set me up with all the phone numbers and everything for tanning. We had a tanner that we used in San Diego for our team. She was a local tanner, so she went to all the local shows. So I got tanned by her. And then I went to the show. Went to the show, did the show. So it was the show in May. I can't remember the name of it, but it was before Night of Champions. I'm pretty sure. It was a month before I was supposed to compete. Did the show. I stayed at home, so I didn't have to get a hotel because the show was right up the street in San Diego. I live downtown San Diego. So I did my show, and I was in the center. Like, I had already started posing like January, February, or whatever have you. So, I mean, you know, it was heinous just like every other new competitor. But I did my show. I was in the center. I did, at the time, they only had novice and open. So I did novice, I did open. I think I was high class D for local shows and E for nationals.
Tony, bring the arm in a little. There you go, right there. Relax. That's it.
64.
Atta girl, Tony.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, I went home like so much shit. I won my class, I won the overall, and then I won novice, and then I had an overall for a novice as well. So yeah, it was fun. Like, it was great. Then, you know, I was hyped. So he's like, okay, you know, I got the judges' feedback. That's like what everything started. Then I went to, he wanted me to do, because they were like, well, you're nationally qualified. You know how that goes. Nationally qualified, like, oh, I'm going to nationals. So I went, and my coach was like, I just want to make sure this is not a fluke. I want to make sure, like, you're consistent. You're not going to be scared on stage. Nationals is a big deal. So I did sign up for nationals, but before I signed up for nationals, I signed up for a muscle contest show in LA that was a week before nationals. And I did that show, and I won my class, and I won the overall. So I went to nationals, and I came in 11th. I think there was like 20 girls. I don't know. So I was second call outs in nationals, which, you know, looking back, that was pretty great, right? From then, I took some time off that year, and then I came back and I did Miami nationals, and I think they just called it like NPC nationals, and it was in Miami, and I placed 6th. I was so hyped, y'all, because I'm like, oh my God, I got first call outs at a national show. So then I took a year off because I had to go overseas for a year and came back in 2020. I did a qualifying show for nationals, but I had already signed up for the show when then I found out that they said that you didn't need to do a qualifying show for Universe. So I did the qualifying show, I was the overall there, and then I went to the Universe, and then that's when I got my pro card in 2020. That's when it took me some time. Nationals then was November. Universe was November. That's when it took me some time to get back in the rigmarole of like finally not finally, it wasn't like it was 16 years later, but finally pro card. December, Christmas rolled around. January, I was new to the pro world. I was trying to figure out like how do you pick shows, what shows are the best. I did my pro debut in June 2021. It was the DC Pro Am. I think it came in like 13, maybe 14, 13. 13 because I think I put it, I don't fucking know, 13th or 14th. The show was, I think I looked amazing the night before and the morning of, but we've always had peaking problems. After that, I took a couple months, and if I remember correctly, I did Michigan. After Michigan, that's when, I don't know if I did 2 or 3 shows. I have to go back and try to remember. And that's when I decided, just due to the level of communication or lack thereof, it was time for me to look for a new coach. And I decided also that I was going to go ahead and take an off season, did my off season post after Michigan, and then I hired Paul. I hadn't knew about Paul for forever. I think he's one of the first coaches that I had watched on Instagram with his team, and then obviously, you know, Daraja and seeing the women on his team. So I hope y'all can hear me, loud ass car over there. So I had reached out to him and onboarded with him like the next week before I sent my coach an email, like letting him know, you know, we are no longer, you know, fit for each other. So started working with Paul, and because I was already coming off of a show, I was going into off season according to my post. But Paul was like, hey, there's this show, Ben Weeder. I was living in Norfolk at the time. He was like, it's in-ish, your neighborhood is 3 hours away. He was like, let's go ahead and do a peak with you. You're already stage lean. Like, let's go ahead and, you know, get some food back in you and see, you know, how we work well before we go into this long off season and then come back and try to figure it out. So I did Ben Weeder, and I came in 7th. From that show, I went into an off season, and I've been with Paul ever since 2021 September. So, damn, time goes fast. So that's like the first half of my like competition. So all of this long video, this long ass video, all this to say, I was thinking back on my competition career and what was so different being an amateur going into, you know, my pro shows with my last coach up until when I met Paul than what is now. I was still doing all the things. I had the jobs, the work schedule that I had, the, you know, bodybuilding stuff I had just started. Like, I was doing all the things. So obviously, besides being 5 plus years older, whatever, what was so different? The level of, it's really basically getting back to the basics and remember what got you here. There's sometimes a saying, it goes 2 ways. What got you here is not what's going to keep you here or push you further. But then there's also another one is whatever you did to get here, you need to do that to continue progressing. And I like the second one because I think on the mental aspect of it is whatever got me here is going to be the same thing that's going to get me to my goals. And what that is not letting anything distract me from what I want to do, being intentional, continuously doing, continuously planning, preparing, intentionally doing my workouts, focusing on that thing while I am in that thing. And then once my workout is done, go on for the rest of my day and continue doing everything else that I've been wanting to do. So I think mindset wise, whatever got me here is what's going to continue to push me further. Now, physically wise, what got me here is not going to continue to push me further. I'm not going to continue lifting those same weights. I'm not going to continue, maybe not stretching consistently and all those things. I think that what got me here physically will not continue to push me past my limits. So that's what I feel about those two statements. So all of that to say is that I talked to coach, and I decided that instead of going into this improvement season that I was supposed to already be in, I'm going into a full-fledged off season. And the reason being is, which that was supposed to be the whole part of this video. If you stayed around that long, kudos. But the reason being is because I stepped off stage in November. I took that December off doing Pilates only. I should have already been full-fledged hardcore into my improvement season. It's fucking June. There's no way that I am physically equipped to start a prep in 2 months in order to do Ben Weider. I would have to start prep in August. There is not an amount of muscle on this body that I have put on since then. I am not trying to half-ass. Like, I've been competing too long to just get on stage and just hope it works itself out. Like, I wouldn't do that regardless. So knowing that I have been inconsistent with tracking, inconsistent with being intentional with my meals and my workout plan, I haven't been eating enough protein to even get the results that I need. I finally hired the personal trainer for legs. Like, I know specifically what I need to improve on. Muscle density in the legs. And yes, it takes time, whatever, we know that, but it also takes intentional workout. So muscle density in the legs, obviously shoulders, and then because I'm trying to grow my legs, I need to get back to my glutes because they look sad. And then the density in the glutes, upper, outer, all the things. So why would I get on stage knowing that what my end goal is? Why would I go put myself to a 2-month improvement season now, where it's fucking June, a 2-month improvement season to start prep in August to get on stage talking about, oh, I'm gonna win Ben Weider. And then that's just what I was telling coach, right? So I win Ben Weider, I'm Olympia qualified, right? I still have to take an off season in order to come back and look more than decent for any shows on the back end up until going into the Olympia. Well, then what sense does that make? So to me, it makes more sense to take the rest of the year off, get this body in top-notch, top-tier shape, right? Be able to come back spring, summer, do some of the shows that I have never done in the summer that I've wanted to do, possibly DC Pro-Am, maybe, my season opener, I don't know. And then build up into that competitive group, still do Ben Weider next year, still take that shit, still try to get qualified for next year and the year after with Ben Weider. So it's like, I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Like, it just doesn't seem to make sense knowing that I was not where I wanted to be. I'm damn near still just as stage lean as I was stepping off stage, maybe plus or minus 3 pounds. So like, I don't want to be playing any games. I have a goal and I want to accomplish it. It's that simple. So it's like, and I'm not like, 5 years old. Like, I am old enough to know what I have been doing and what I haven't been doing. So all in all this to say, I'm going into an off season. And what does an off season mean? And off season for me means I am specifically taking the rest of the year off of anything focused on being on stage this year to solely become back consistent with my supplements, my workouts, my food. I will be counting macros. At a minimum, I will be counting protein, but I will be counting macros because I need to ensure that I'm eating enough food. The focus of my workouts will be shoulders, legs, and glutes. Like, it's just what it is. You know, all the things. So, but I also will be outside. I will be outside doing the things and having a great time. Like, being on stage is one thing, but there's just results on my body that I want. Like, I love muscular legs. Like, I love that density in some of the competitors that I see. Hell, I love wellness legs, you know, if I can be a little baby wellness legs. But yeah, so that's all I have to say. Now we're gonna go and continue on with the video. Oh wait, so this next series will be tracking my off season. I'm gonna try to do is weekly videos. I'll try to record all week, in the video on Saturday, post on Sunday, start my video on Monday. Or maybe I'll start on Sunday, Monday. Start the new video Sunday, Monday. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And it's gonna be all the things, y'all. So again, bodybuilding is a part of me, but so is everything else. So it will be all the things. It will be me being outside. It will be gym life. It will be macro life. It will be, you know, meal preps, all the things, stretching, Pilates life, all the things. So welcome to my new series. I think I probably have 2 more videos to put up before the new series starts, so bear with me. Hello, YouTube. Today is my first day with training. Oh, he did a heads up because I was like, I don't know why is he waving at me. It's because he has a Jeep too. But my first day training with my hopefully soon to be new personal trainer. We're doing a free session today to see if we vibe, you know, but I think we will. So it's leg day. So if you're not all caught up, depending on if I put the intro in or not, I looked into hiring. I've looked into hiring a personal trainer several times. However, there's been so many things that have like turned me off after I've inquired about them, seeing them train other people at the gym. So someone that will be an amazing spotter, someone that will push me, but someone that will also understand I'm not trying to get injured, and someone that understands the body, understands the sport of bodybuilding, because I specifically am trying to grow my legs. So the reason why I want a personal trainer, for all the reasons that I said, is because it is, to me, very scary. Not very scary to push myself. I love lifting heavy. I love pushing myself. But I'm always like, ooh, I could have maybe got 5 more reps, but I don't want to wait until I only have 2 more reps, because like, who's gonna help me up? Which all machines do have a, you know, I know not all, but most machines have a fail safe. However, still, I mean, I don't know, whatever. And I like that push of encouragement, but not anybody like yelling at me and all this hoopla that you be seeing all over Instagram, but a demanding type of thing, like 3 more, let's go type of deal, but not like, come on bitch, get up in there, we got this, come on, ooh, falling all over the place, and nobody got time for none of that shit. Like, that is just, it's too much for me. But yes, a demanding, disciplined, accountability coach, trainer, right? That is also in line with the sport and in line with, you know, my coach and our goals, etc., etc. So all that to say, I am excited because we finally got on the same page with a day to do this initial training, and then obviously I let him know what my schedule is. so we can do this. You know, this will be once a week. So obviously I'll be training legs more than once a week, but this will be one of those weeks will be with him. So yeah, can't wait to see how this goes. Doop 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 doop. Ah.
Are you ready?
Nope.
Let's go. Okay. Third set. Good rest. Heavy set right here. Come on, let's go. Up, good, forward, halfway. Up, come on, 5. Up, come on, I got you. 6, 2 more, Tony, come on, let's go. Ready?
No.
Let's go, come on, let's go, Tony.
YouTube. I have not had a session like that in a very long time regarding quads. I 100% will be hiring him. He's from Chicago, and he is the definitely type of training style that I love when it comes to just everything that I've mentioned before. And he had a great time training me too. He was like, man, I haven't trained anybody like that in a while. So y'all, my legs are so swollen. I just wanted to be done and leave. Like, I didn't take no selfie, no post-workout, no nothing. Like, so I am definitely hype. So this will be a once a week deal. I'm gonna text him tomorrow and see what the schedule looks like for him to see what we can do. Like I told him, I prefer mornings. However, since it'll only be one day a week, I don't mind doing it in the evening. I just need a consistent evening if we're gonna do evenings, so I can work my workout schedule around that, evening or whatever. So I'm happy, y'all. I finally found a trainer that, yeah, I'm happy. YouTube, that workout took me out. I am so tired. So we're about to go to, it's raining. We're about to go to, oh Lord, I can't feel my legs, child. I just got finished massage gunning my legs. I need to also stretch. I'm gonna do that when I get back. But why does it do that in the car? Like, it's still bright outside. So anyway, all right, YouTube, I don't understand why my phone is doing this. Bae's phone doesn't, but it does it sometimes.
That's ratchet.
What is ratchet that you can't see?
To say that.
You are a mess, y'all. This is what I have to deal with. But you're done. But y'all, I almost fell down the stairs. It's only 2 stairs to come out the apartment, and I almost fell. My legs are on fire, so I just got finished massage gunning my legs, and we're about to go get boba because we were supposed to get it last night and we didn't. We were supposed to go for a walk, but it started raining. And then I am craving sashimi to be exact. I don't want any rice. No carbs. I cannot with her. Yeah, I don't want no carbs. I just don't. I feel like I inhaled a lot of air and my stomach is full without the breathing hard I did during this training. So yeah, whatever, babe. You are such a hater. So yeah, I don't understand why my phone does this, but I can't see. Y'all can't see me, I should say. But anyway, we're gonna close this video out. No, we're not. We're not closing the video out. We're just closing the day. I'm so tired.
Tired, y'all.
I'm exhausted. We're not closing the video out. He did, but anyway. Oh, here we are. It still's not working. But yeah, that's all I got to say for today, basically. Holla. Out with babe, doing babe things, popping bobas. We pop bottles, we pop bobas.
People want it Monday, Tuesday. I think most of them really want it Monday, Tuesday.
They pop bottles, we pop bobas. Sorry, y'all. They're not gonna hear any of this. I need music over it. Oh shit. Good morning, YouTube. So, how y'all doing? Happy Friday. You know, Friday I have all the things to do. I am headed to work, and I'm just gonna give y'all an update on the body situation. So I woke up and, you know, thank goodness that I did my massage gun. I should have brought it with me. I feel good, but I feel like I worked out. So that is all in all great. I mean, I can walk. I was telling Bae last night, like, I think we already talked about this, obviously. It's been a minute since I've really had a quad workout like that. And it is definitely needed. But y'all ever have like a body part that you like really like killed, nailed, got all the activation, hit it, felt it, that it's like so, I don't want to say swollen, but pumped, that the opposite of that body part is like, feels like it doesn't exist. So, for instance, like I feel like my quads were so full, and even now they're so like pumped, that it feels like I'm anterior, or is it posterior? Pelvic tilting. Like my glutes don't exist. It feels like somebody like pushed my glutes in forward. And the only thing I feel when I walk is my quads. So typically I would feel that in my glutes when I have a good glute workout. My legs would feel like they were just non-existent. But yeah, that's how I feel right now. So I headed to work, do the work things, and then I got side hustle. This weekend I work side hustle Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. I need to text this potential closing client to let her know that I will be available Sunday morning. I have some work-related thing to do on Sunday afternoon, and because of the distance of driving from where I'm going to meet her to my job, I won't get back enough time to do it to promise her any early afternoon or evening. So yeah, I'm trying to hurry up to get to work because I actually want to stop by Starbucks and get the macadamia cold brew. I didn't bring my coffee today because I specifically wanted that. And then I realized I did buy cold brew I have at home, so I could have made it, but I didn't have any like to-go cups, so I need to buy a to-go cold coffee cup for my, and I need gas for my coffee. Oh, you know what? I just thought about it. I do have plastic cups, and I need to use them. I don't even know why I bought them. They were on sale, like they were like giving them away, and I bought like millions of them. Okay, maybe like 100. It was from David's Tea, because I was going to use those to make like my smoothies in the morning and stuff, but I don't really make many of those. But maybe I'll use that instead of not using it since I have them. But, you know, I don't know. I still might, if I go to TJ Maxx or something this weekend, get a cold coffee, iced coffee cup. I don't really use it all that much, but yeah. So that's all that I have going on. My voice is very, I don't know, it's gonna be even more like weird after work tonight because it's so loud at work. So to talk to people, I have to damn near yell. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend. Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I don't have anything planned. So All right, y'all.